In the next email here, I am back on my templates screen here in MailChimp. I have the quote that I pulled in, and before I make any changes to this template or start quoting with it, I want to go ahead and update it because there's some generic information in it. So remember I told you to edit the quote, you simply click the name here, or you click the edit button over here on the right. And either one does the same thing, but it takes you into the content editor for the template. So in this template, you'll see there are some blanks. So right here at the top, it says hi blank, and there's nothing in there. And if we scroll all the way to the bottom, your signature information is in here as well, but it is blank. So we want to make sure these are the first things we update so that our template is ready to go when we're ready to use it. So I've just scrolled all the way to the bottom of the template. And hopefully you guys looked at the previous video that explains the different content blocks and how to basically edit some of these. But I'm going to come down here to the bottom block, and I want to edit this and put my information in here. So I'm going to click this content block, and it opens over here on the right. So the one thing I want you to point out is, or want to point out to you, is that there is no photo here. Up at the top, notice there's two different columns for this particular block. So in column 1, you'll see I have the photo. So I want to insert my photo, so I'm going to click this to highlight it, and then I'm going to click this picture here that says Content Manager. That's going to take me in and say, okay, is this the photo you want? And you say, no, 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 this isn't it. I'm going to go back to my files up here. Now, if you've already uploaded data, your files would be here and you can select the photo that you want. If you haven't uploaded anything yet, simply click the Upload button up here in the top right, and it will open a new browser window for you to pick the image or graphic that you want to upload, select it, and it will pull it in. And then once your graphic is in here, or your image is in here, if you want to select it, you just double click it. Okay, so now I brought my image in with myself and Tigger. I can save and insert that image, and I have a problem. That image is too big. It's going over the content here. So that's no problem. We can edit that. Notice on the right, my photo is still highlighted, it's blue, so I'm going to click right back on that picture icon for the Content Manager. Now I want to just shrink this picture down a little bit, but I want to keep the length and width proportions the same. So I leave this box checked where it says Keep Proportions. And then over here I have a width and height, and these are in pixels. It's hard to tell you exactly what's what, but you could just start reducing this to 300 in the width, and when you tab over, notice the height will automatically be reduced because we're keeping these proportions the same. And then you can save and insert the image to see how that looks. That's still a little large from what I like, so I will just go back over to that Content Manager again, and I will reduce this just a little more. Maybe I'll drop this down to 250, and again the height automatically adjusts because we're keeping the proportions, and then I will save and insert, and that looks a lot better. Okay, so once I have my image in, I'll go back over here to the content on the right, and I'll click column 2, and I can put my information in. Okay, and all your details. So once you get those entered and updated, you can save and close. One thing I want to point out is your email. You can actually create a link in your email if you'd like, so that people can click it and it automatically opens an email. So if you put your email address in, okay, once your email address is in, if you want to create a link, you just highlight that email address, and you click up here where the little chains are, the link. And when that opens, it says, where do you want to link it to? Well, I don't want to link it to a web email or web address. I want to send it to an email address. So when I change this, it gives me new content. So I will type my email address in again. You can add a subject. You don't have to, or a body. The subject could be quote request. I like the promo. Please send me information, whatever. It's just kind of creating some additional information in your customer's email when they create it, so they don't have to type it. But we're just going to create the email link, and that's fine. And you click Insert. So now you'll see you have a link here. So when they click the link in your email, it will automatically open their email program and create an email to you. The other thing you want to do is down here is your social media links. Being that this is a quote, I would always try, let me save and close this. I would always use the social media follow, not necessarily the social media share, because you don't want them to share pricing information because it might not apply to somebody. We talked about that in the other video. But in the social media follow here, simply click the block and you'll see the different contents that are here. So Facebook, if I want to make my URL in here, I will just type a / and then my details. Like that. Twitter, I can come down. I am my mouse guy. And my website is not yourwebsite.com. It is mymouseguy.com. Okay, so you've updated the links that will point to the right things. And I want to add Instagram on here. So I'll click Add Another Service. And I don't want email, but in this drop down, I click it and I look through here, and there's other options. So I'll put in Instagram. So notice it adds the icon and it pulls in the main link to their website. But I am my mouse guy there as well. So I put the / in and put it in. So I can save and close. So once you've added your social follow information and you've updated your signature, this quote is pretty much yours and ready to use. So I want to save and exit this quote. Now I haven't done anything yet to create anything for a customer. I've simply updated the full generic quote that is there. So it's branded to me and ready to go. And in the next video, I'll show you how to create a campaign and edit that out.